In three, in two, in one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, joined with my lovely co-host, Molly. Hey,
Hello.
girl. How are you?
So good. We love a 2-in-1 week.
Oh my God, I know. And the Golden Bachelor wedding special, obviously, we're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk Rachel and Bryan, Brayden
Yeah.
and Christina, Kaitlyn and Jason. There's a lot to get into. And I'm really excited because we've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah. No, since they announced it, everyone's just been waiting around.
We're like, when is this golden wedding special? And like, how did you think it was 1 to 10 as far as like entertainment, like fun? Like, what would you think?
Honestly, probably like an 8.5. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like, but I honestly think they did a pretty good job.
I feel like there was so much going on. There were so many announcements. There was also a shit ton of Bachelor Nation alumni. There was
I know.
50, the People magazine article said there was 50 Bachelor Nation alumni who attended.
That's crazy. What a reunion.
No, I'm saying like, how could you turn this down?
Like
I'm sure there was
yeah, I would have like loved to be there.
I'm sure there was people who were invited that just didn't want to go or couldn't make it in their schedule because of like New Year's travel and Christmas stuff.
Right, totally.
Is there anyone you wanted to see there? I was thinking like Sean and Catherine or like Hannah G and Dylan.
I was hoping Sean and Catherine when they brought back like
Jason and Molly.
Yeah.
Trista and Ryan.
I was like hoping that Sean and Catherine were going to be there.
Yeah, I think the most shocking person that I saw there was the one and only Miss Tayshia Adams.
Yeah.
We'll get into it in a few, but like just right off the bat, like I just didn't expect her to be there, especially with everything that just happened.
I know, and she honestly is pretty like kept to herself, so I was also surprised.
But she looked amazing. I thought she was best dressed.
We love the dress.
Yeah. So just to keep everyone updated, I watched in Miami last night and I flew to New York this morning. So back in New York, so excited to be here for about 5 days. I'm staying right now in Brooklyn at my best friend Sophia's, and Molly's in Jersey, so we might meet up this weekend.
Yes, I'm literally only, depending on where in the city, but like 30 minutes. It'll take me between like, honestly, the bus is like 15, but then if I need to get anywhere else.
Well, like in Brooklyn, it takes like 30 minutes on the subway.
Yeah, right.
So it's cold here.
Freezing.
I didn't know I was necessarily going to New York when I was in Miami. So today I just got like a vest, I got gloves, I got a hat, and I got a jacket because it is cold.
Yeah, no, this morning when I walked to the coffee shop, it was 25 degrees.
Okay, we have like 33 here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's gone up now. Let's do a quick little weather check.
Yeah, little weather check. I'm not mad about it. Like coming from heat, going back to LA.
37 here and in like New York.
I'm just going to embrace the cold. I hope that it snows over the next few days.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see it.
I think it's going to be cold. It might as well snow. I just like wish it was during the week and not the weekend.
Yeah. But my Miami era has come to an end. I was there 9 days, so it was just a really long time, plus 5 other days in Florida. So it was like 14 days in Florida. I mean, you might think I'm crazy, but I mean, I'm just staying with family and friends. So it's just like I have people to see, things to do.
I don't blame you. If I could get away for that long, I would too.
I know. I'm like, any chance to get away, especially during this time, because like once I get back to LA next week, it's going to be right into the swing of things. So this is like the time.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's get into the Golden Bachelor wedding special. We all were invited cordially. It was a 2-hour special. The first hour was a lot of the cocktail party, and it was also some scenes that were pre-recorded. I think a lot of people were wondering like how it was going to go. And the show was hosted by the one and only Kathy and Charity. They were our 2 correspondents. So what did you think of this duo?
I mean, Charity makes sense, especially considering she was just on Dancing with the Stars and everything else. But I was shocked that Kathy was, to be honest. Like, I felt like, for starters, her and Teresa, I thought couldn't stand each other. So I was surprised. And I also just felt like there were other golden women that, like, should be more in the spotlight.
Like who?
I don't know. Like, Ellen.
You love Ellen.
I love Ellen. Like, even like Faith probably would have done a good job.
I don't know.
I think she did a fine job. I just didn't know her and Teresa were like friends now.
Yeah, let's talk about that in a second. But I do think Kathy did a good job. I think she is a big personality. It was kind of her and Susan that were like really involved in the wedding. They went wedding dress shopping with
I was
Teresa.
also shocked that she was there.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that Kathy was so funny when she was interviewing Leslie, and she was like, "Why are you here? Like, what are you doing here?"
I know. No, sometimes she didn't really know when to stop, and you could tell Charity was trying to get her to like be done.
Well, Kathy was like, "Who gave me a mic?" And Charity was like, "Not me."
Literally. Yeah,
I
no.
I liked Kathy though. I thought she was really entertaining.
I thought she was fine. I was just really surprised.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of surprises with Kathy and Teresa. So they had the big fight on their season, and it didn't
Right.
get resolved at the reunion because Teresa didn't go to the reunion because she won the show. So
Yeah.
Kathy basically told us at the Women Tell All that they like made amends and that they're fine. But now, like making amends to like her being with her daughters at the wedding dress
Right.
shopping, it was like, are they really best friends, or is this just part of the show?
Yeah, I was shocked because then she wasn't part of the bachelorette party.
Mm.
So then I was like, wait, so like wedding dress shopping, but like not bachelorette party? I don't know. I just thought it was odd.
But it was so funny when Teresa was like, "Kathy, I'm gonna need you to zip up my dress."
Literally, yeah.
Somebody made that joke on Twitter like the day before, so like I saw it coming.
Right.
But Charity, I thought did a really good job. I
Yeah.
live for Charity. I love Charity. She did give us an update. Her and Dotun, they are getting married fall 2025.
Every time I see him, I cannot believe how tall he is.
He is really tall.
So tall. Like every single time he's on the screen, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
I love them together. I think they're such a good couple and they make so much sense. So I'm glad that they set a wedding date and that like they're actually making it work. You did say to me that like it was kind of like a premature announcement, but I kind of felt like maybe they just want to get as many announcements as they can to get as much press as they can for this special.
Right. I'm thinking so too, but like over a year and a half felt like very early to announce that.
But I guess you have to like book a venue that far in advance.
I guess so.
I mean, I don't know. But that'll be fun. I feel like they're actually gonna work though, which is great because there has been so many breakups in Bachelor Nation lately. And like I feel like Charity and Dotun are gonna go the distance.
Yeah.
So totally here for that. We literally love Charity. Theresa and Gerry. So I think just kind of picking up with where we left off the other day, there was a lot of talk about them arguing in the news before the wedding. There was a lot of talk about her getting a prenup. None of that was addressed on the wedding special. Do you think that they could have fit that in, or was it just so unnecessary?
I like knew they wouldn't fit it in because ABC just really paints this like picture perfect situation always.
But they did seem really happy together.
I mean, yeah, I'm like hoping that he was genuinely sincere. Like everything seemed sincere, but of course TV can portray something in any sort of way. So like I'm hoping that it was sincere as it looked to all of us. And yeah.
It seems sincere. I mean, obviously, like not the whole wedding was about them. There was like a lot of people trying to get camera time and screen time, and there was a lot of like hosting and like other things going on. Like Gerry, I feel like barely talked the whole special. Like, was it for them or was it just for like sponsored by Amazon?
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we did see like their holidays and like the obviously dress shopping and ring picking out of. So I guess that was their like me time.
Yeah. But I love seeing their daughter's speeches, especially Teresa's daughter. I love her, Jen. I felt like that was the most emotional part for me.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I guess because they wanted us to see it. Like, I've never heard of someone doing a speech in the middle of a ceremony.
Oh, well, the wedding was definitely not like a normal ceremony. Like, I don't even think Susan didn't say like, I now take this, like, say I do. Like, there was none of that traditional stuff.
Yeah.
It was just about getting as much in as possible. And like, it was a production. It was a great production. There was so much going on.
Before we get to the actual wedding, can you please for a minute talk about the bachelorette party?
Oh, you mean like when they all took pictures and with like the strip? You know, Sandra brought a stripper as her date.
Yeah, I saw.
What did you think about the bachelorette party?
The bachelorette party I thought was genuinely hysterical. Like they brought them out of their shells. It was very much so like woman power, no matter your age. And I thought it was literally hysterical.
It was so funny.
And when they brought strippers in, like I can't even. It was so good.
I'm glad that all the Golden Girls were involved. Clearly, everyone from the cast was invited.
Yeah.
Cooking with the Cocina, you almost missed this. Runner X says, wonder how much the show got for the big Amazon ad.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing.
Yeah, there were multiple Amazon call outs during that.
And then the whole thing was so sponsored. I mean, Mindy Weiss she's the Kardashian wedding planner, and she even got in on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this. I saw a clip on Twitter. Did you see what Trisha's husband said during the vows?
No.
I don't know what he said, but he like whispered something to Trista.
Oh.
But let me know if you know, everybody. As soon as the wedding started, I started crying, and then I received 3 texts all this morning. I got up at 4 a.m. My eyes were swollen shut. Yeah. Hi, Melanie B. How are you?
Hi.
And we will get to Brayden and Christina in just a second. We are rounding things up right now, talking about Gerry and Teresa and their fabulous wedding. So I really did feel like they were in love, and that they were on Kaitlyn Bristow's podcast earlier this week, and they said that they did have hard conversations. So they kind of took those they had the conversations, and then they got over them. So I really feel like they're in a happy place right now. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of those rumors that were swirling were just fake news, because I just didn't see that on camera.
Right. No, I mean, they did seem genuine. They seem in love. So hopefully everything was sincere, and hopefully next week we don't get an article, something coming out.
Right. But I also think that like Teresa, who was so unlikable, right, throughout most of
So
this season,
unlikable. Yeah.
so unlikable, she came around.
Yeah, no, she didn't bother me at all last night. And on all of our podcasts, I was like not her biggest fan, like in the slightest.
I felt like she was such a chill bride. I mean, she let Leslie be there. She let everyone be there that was invited. She didn't like make it about herself. Like, she just seemed really cool and like just happy to be there. And I just like felt like Teresa just became like the queen.
I do wonder if they'll do something more intimate also.
Yeah, with their families.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to Italy, and then they're going to try and buy the house in Charleston.
Right.
One step at a time. I mean, she said she's a 70-year-old bride, and he's
Yeah.
72. I love how they also acknowledge their exes, since they both were married and they're both widows. That was really sweet. And then when her grandson came out with the ring bearer, I thought that was really cute too.
Yeah, no, it was adorable.
So much of the wedding was fabulous.
I absolutely loved Susan. She did such an amazing job.
Yes.
Like,
Well,
she
wait.
didn't stutter at all.
We'll get to Susan in a second. What did you think of Teresa's dress?
I honestly didn't love it.
Really? I loved it.
Struggle. I really liked up here, but I didn't like that. Every time she walked, I felt like she was going to trip over herself. Like, looked like her legs could barely move in there.
Oh my God, I thought she looked like such a freaking queen. And here's the golden cake.
I can't even.
Which we didn't get to see because after the wedding, they kind of like shut it off, and then the party really started at 10. But there was a lot on.
I'm glad she changed so that she could like move around.
True. She had 2 dresses. There was a lot on Instagram stories. But yeah, let's talk about Susan. So there is some people think that she made it about herself a little bit, and she was a little extra during her speech.
I don't think so. I mean, they all talk about all those, like, I mean, we heard about the like broken headlights like 87 times. I think like they all enjoy reminiscing on their journey. And I thought she did a great job. That didn't bother me at all.
Part of me, it's not that it bothered me, but I felt like there was times when she was like, I am so happy to be here hosting the Golden Wedding. I can't believe I'm here. Like, I felt like she went on for a little bit too long and made it about herself, where it was just like a little cringy for me, where I didn't feel like I was going to get emotional until I heard like the kids talk, because it just felt like Susan was, I don't know, obviously she cares and we love her, and she did an amazing job. I'm not trying to shit on her. I thought she did a really good job, but there was just a couple of things where I was like, Susan, calm down. Same with Kathy. I was like, girls, calm down. But I guess that's what they have big personalities, and they added to the special.
Right. Like when Kathy literally said 1,200 times that she was single and she needed to find a man like yesterday.
Tell me you want to be the Golden Bachelorette without telling me you want to be the Golden Bachelorette.
Literally. Truth. But
so Bittersweet says, what do you think about Leslie attending? So when Teresa threw the bouquet at the end, I thought Leslie was going to catch it, and it was going to be the Golden Bachelorette announcement.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that would have been very cool. I felt badly, honestly, about her. I texted you and I was like, I can't believe, like, I wonder what's going through her head. Like, the last time we saw her, it was just her being, like, so hurt. So I can't imagine how she felt there. Honestly, props to her for showing up.
Yeah, Kathy asked her during the interview, and she said that she was there to support Teresa and that she wants to celebrate love. So I think she's over it. And, like, how could you miss that?
Right.
You know? Well, Melanie says Anna caught it. I didn't remember her. One of the early girls. Also, if you go to Kenny's story from Mari and Kenny, he posted an Instagram video of the bouquet, like the behind the scenes. So you can actually see specifically what happened. And a couple of the girls, I think Joan like got a piece of it as well.
Yeah, Kathy also grabbed a rose, they said.
Cooking in the Casino with Rosemary says, Susan looked gorgeous. She officiated perfectly and professionally with a bit of reality.
That's how I saw it. I like loved it. I thought she did great. I also feel like clearly there was a special bond between her and Gerry, like even though they weren't in love. So I just felt it was special.
Yeah, I was watching with my friends last night and they've never seen the show and they were just like, how is all his exes at the wedding and so involved?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that no matter what season you're on, but even more so this season, like all of the women bonded so much.
Well, Gerry did say, he was like, these people have become our family. We share such a special bond. Like, how could they not be a part of this experience?
Right.
So I thought it was great that everyone was there. And it was such a big reunion for Bachelor Nation. I mean, anyone who was anyone was there from the show.
Yeah. No, literally so many people.
So many people there. Oh my God, I guess our invite got lost in the mail. But let's talk about this. Brayden and Christina Mandrell. So if you guys did not watch the special last night, Brayden proposed to Christina Mandrell. They've been dating for maybe a few months. Brayden was on Paradise. Things did not work out for him with Kat. He dated Rachel. Christina was on Zach's season. She did not end up going to Paradise, but they did reveal how they met. And it was because Christina slid into Brayden's DMs. When he proposed, I was so shocked. I thought he was giving her an earring because that was his thing. I thought it was a joke. Yeah, and then Jesse Palmer confirmed it. He was like, they just got engaged. And at the end of the episode, they said that, or right after the commercial break, that they got Gerry and Teresa's blessing. So it wasn't completely out of the blue. What are your thoughts about this?
I mean, I literally recorded my genuine reaction to it because I couldn't even believe it. I don't know. I mean, if it was like a Bachelor thing that they wanted them to do this on the show and it was not necessarily fully their idea, fine. I think regardless of getting Gerry and Teresa's like, yes.
Blessing.
Yeah, like I still think it's weird.
Oh my God, it's so weird. I think that
it's not about your love. It's about theirs.
Yeah. Maybe it was I think it was the show's idea because Neil Lane was involved, so it was a free ring. And I think it was also because all of the couples for Bachelor in Paradise broke up.
Right.
So this was like whatever they could get. They presented Brayden with the idea. And I do understand that Christina and Brayden are moving in together. So he's moving to Nashville. So if you're gonna move in together, I understand why you would want to get engaged so quickly. So I think it's weird that they got engaged so quickly in general. But I still think it's just like the fact that they did it on TV for me. I know there's Bachelor circumstances, but I can't get behind it. And I just thought it was really cringy.
It was so cringy. And they themselves, like, sorry, not sorry, are just kind of cringy. So, like, it made it 100 times cringiest.
I mean, I love Christina. Like, I follow her on social. I met her at Stagecoach last year.
You're so,
I don't want to, like, I hate saying this because I love her, but, like, I just felt like that proposal was just really uncomfortable to watch. It was not their wedding. It was forced. It was too quick. It was for TV. It just felt fake.
And no, it did. And it was like so loud behind them. Like everyone was confused. Like it just wasn't it. And if I was Christina, that's like not the moment I would want.
She can't say no.
Well, right. No, she can't. So like.
It was his idea. He was down to do it. He could have said no.
I also feel like, which I get every situation's different, but like she can't say no, but I kind of felt like when they explained moving in together, that was like the first step. Like we're gonna move in together, see how it goes. Like, no, now we rushed it all and now we're engaged.
Yeah, well, like I was saying earlier, like if you're gonna move in together, fine, getting engaged. If they want to get engaged that quickly and move in, like, okay, that's a lot fast, but like fine. It was just the fact that they did it at the Golden Wedding, which just put a bad taste in my mouth. And shout out to the 42 people listening and watching right now. So what's up, guys? Leave your comments and thoughts in the live chat right now. Runner X says, I want to know what kind of paycheck they got. So I don't think they got a paycheck. I think he just got a free ring.
Right. I was going to say that too.
I don't want my man to get a free ring. Pay for it yourself. Make my engagement special. Like, I don't know if maybe she didn't care so much because she has been married before. She has a daughter, like maybe this was so special for her because it was at the Golden Wedding and it was full of love and it was on TV and it's going to be memorable and they can talk about this forever. So maybe it was really special to them.
It felt so uncomfortable. They went from like talking about his earring collection to like him getting down on one knee and like rushingly passing his drink to Jesse. Everything just felt so weird.
Well, that's why I really thought he was going to give her an earring and that it was a joke.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a joke too.
I like both of them as people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know either of them like so much, but they're fine.
I think Brayden's cool. Like, I like how he like vibes with the earrings. Like, and I do think they are a decently good couple. Like, they seem like they're vibing, but if I had to bet my money on it, it's just, I just don't see it lasting forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell my man Melanie. Thank you. Thank you. So let us know in the comments what you guys thought about Christina and Brayden's engagement. I hate being a hater. Like, I literally hate that I have to like give my honest opinion, but that's my honest opinion, and I wish them luck in their relationship. I promise.
Yeah, no, even though we were haters for a minute, we obviously wish them well.
Yeah. Iron X Stream says, I think it's interesting that after the BIP finale, all anyone talked about was their hard launch. And after the Golden Wedding, people are more talking about their proposal than the wedding itself.
I haven't seen, I mean, yeah, I guess so, but only because there's so much controversy of it happening.
It was so shocking. That's why. Yeah. It was so unbelievable.
So they stole the thunder, even if it's not in a good way. People might be like talking shit, but like now they're getting.
There's this comment keeps showing up, and I've seen some comments about this on my TikTok. People are assuming that she's pregnant. I mean, guys, I can't even feed into this rumor.
Same.
P. James says they go together so well.
They do. They do go together well. Their personalities match.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with them. Like, they're fun on Instagram. They make funny videos. And maybe they'll talk more about their engagement on a podcast. I know that Ashley, I and Ben for the Almost Famous podcast, they had everyone together this morning for the brunch, and they got a bunch of interviews. So I'm going to make sure to check some of those out over the weekend, and I will keep you guys updated. Other than Brayden and Christina, was there anyone at the wedding that you loved seeing? We're going to get into Kaitlyn and Tayshia and that kind of stuff, but was there any other couples like Ashley and Jared, Jade and Tanner? Like, who were you really excited to see in the background? Ben Higgins, Wells?
Honestly, I wasn't like, I was glad Wells was there, but honestly, like, I feel like they didn't give any of like our time of Bachelor people like that much screen time.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't really fazed by anyone in the background.
Yeah, it was actually interesting seeing some of the Instagram stories, and we're going to get into the Kaitlyn and Tayshia because Rachel Recchia did post an Instagram story that they were at the same table, but they were on opposite sides. So here's Kaitlyn's look for the wedding, and here's Tayshia. So watermelon colors. Do we think that they talked at the wedding?
Maybe like a cordial hello. I feel like Tayshia, if anything, would be like hi and bye. Like she is not one to stir the pot or start drama. If anything, maybe Kaitlyn would have, but I feel like it wasn't the time and place, and hopefully they both didn't do anything.
Who knows where they're at, right? Like, there's been a lot of speculation. Tayshia did post on her Instagram. Did someone say something? So she is unbothered, and she is not going to address the rumors of Kaitlyn potentially dating Zach Clark. Imagine she showed up with Zach Clark as her wedding date.
No, that would have been crazy. I love Tayshia. I mean, not that I don't like Kaitlyn. I just feel like she's a lot sometimes and whatever. She's just not my cup of tea. But I love Tayshia.
Oh my God, I love Tayshia. But I do want to hear her perspective on what she thinks about this. So my opinion is that I do think that they had a cordial hello. Knowing Kaitlyn, because I do, listen to her podcast here and there. And I know that when she went to Chris Harrison's wedding, she texted Jason before or Jason texted her just to make sure it wasn't going to be awkward. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kaitlyn sent Tayshia a text being like, hey, I'm going to see you later. Like, hope it's not awkward, just to like kind of clear the air.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but they were sitting, it's so weird. Tayshia going is shocking. People were saying that she probably left the wedding early. And Kaitlyn was there till the very end because she's a party girl.
That's her, yeah. She also needs to be in the background of every single scene that she could. And I'm sure that's why she wore green, so that she stood out.
Oh my gosh.
That's just
yeah, she definitely had some funny moments in the background, like eating a chicken ball.
Yeah, I saw that one.
It's on her Instagram story.
When they said like Ben and Leslie go dance, she like so quickly moved her way in there. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn. I mean, Kaitlyn loves attention.
Spotlight. Yeah,
She loves being on the spotlight.
You go, girl.
So Melanie B's comment is something that we were going to get to. And we're also going to talk about Rachel and Bryan in a few minutes as well. So shout out to the 53 people joining live. We love that you guys are all here. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Kaitlyn did post a photo with Joey, and Joey and Jason are besties. So I saw this on Rachel Recchia's Instagram. Yeah. Joey and Kaitlyn seemed to be in a really deep conversation where Joey was talking in that video and Kaitlyn was really listening. Do you think they talked about Jason?
I don't think so. I think if anything, like giving advice and like how to deal with this spotlight.
Okay. You know, because there was just a lot of back and forth between Kaitlyn and Jason this week. So obviously following up from the other day's live, which you guys can go listen to or watch, you know, Kaitlyn did go on her podcast since and say that she was disappointed in Jason for playing into the victim card because he, you know, was liking the comments and responding, saying how excited he was that 2024 is a fresh new start, and the fresh new start starts January 2nd. So the day after we found out about Zach and Kaitlyn's potential romance.
Yeah.
So that was kind of playing into like the victim card a little bit. So Kaitlyn's not wrong.
Right.
The only thing that is like hypocritical is that Kaitlyn puts her whole life out there on Instagram, right, and she gives people something to talk about. I personally think that she was possibly behind this getting leaked in the first place.
Yeah, I know you and I talked about like what friend would just like leak that.
No, she said, I have close friends at my house, and it's sent to a Bachelor Nation scoop, which is an anonymous account. I don't know who's behind that account. I DM'd with that account pretty often, just about Bachelor stuff, and I have no idea who it is. So I wouldn't be like, I don't know, but maybe Kaitlyn had a part in this getting out there, which would not make sense if she would play the victim on her Instagram saying she's bullied and stuff when she's putting things out there for people to talk about. I don't think people should be hating on her, calling her an alcoholic, or like doing, you know, the names people call her are ridiculous. I do think that there's a lot of unwarranted hate, but I also think that there's going to be commentary when you put your life out there like that. And then like she makes such a big deal about everything. I mean, she's so much drama. She is the most dramatic person in Bachelor Nation.
I totally agreed.
And I like Kaitlyn, and I really, you know, I like her. I'm just like, she's just so much all the time, and it's consistent. It's been like, she's fun to keep up with because there's always something to talk about with Kaitlyn, and she gives people something to talk about, and then she gets so upset, and I don't want her to get hate, but it's just like Kaitlyn never can just like, she can never sit still.
No, she's like doing it to herself.
She's doing it to herself every time. So I don't think it was fair that she called Jason the victim mentality, but I also think that Jason did play into it a little bit.
Yeah, but like, how do you not? Especially if she's being like so drama.
Well, especially if Zach and Jason had a friendship.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, of course he's going to be a little annoyed that you might be moving on with his friend.
Yeah. No,
Did they not double date before when they were all hosting Michelle and Katie's season and they would visit them? Those two couples probably hung out the four of them. So of course, Jason's going to feel a little type of way. And of course, Tayshia is so unbothered. She's in a new relationship.
No, I love her.
She should have brought her man to the wedding.
I would have loved that. That's who I would have loved to see on my screen. A
Luke
little
and Tayshia.
Bravo ABC crossover.
But I don't think that a lot of people got +1s if they weren't in a Bachelor Nation couple. Because Sarah Hyland wasn't even there, Wells' girlfriend.
Yeah.
Bittersweet says Jason is allowed to unfollow her. Yeah, unfollow your ex. You don't need to be friends with your ex.
Yeah. Agreed.
But Kaitlyn did say that like her and Jason were working on a friendship, and you know she gave him a house tour.
That's so weird, though. Like,
I guess they're just watching the dogs, like they're going back and forth with the dogs, but it just can't last forever. And like these two people are so popular, right, in Bachelor Nation. They can make so many headlines. So it's just like they're so intertwined that like this breakup is so messy because they're both like so public with their lives on their podcasts and Instagram and social. So it's just like, I wonder if there will ever come a place where they're not so intertwined. Like there's still so much press about them even months later.
No, I know. I agree. And I feel like, I mean, she probably loves it though, but Jason probably is like, enough's enough.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who knows, I guess.
He wasn't at the wedding. So Iron Extreme says, just compare Kaitlyn and Zach. Zach just says nothing. So that's no fun for the haters, but Kaitlyn reacts and gives them exactly what they want.
No, seriously.
And Zach Clark never said anything either when him and Tayshia broke up.
Yeah. No, he always has kept to himself. I mean, I think that's part of the reason why him and Tayshia did get along. Obviously, they're very kept to themselves, not really much drama going on. And honestly, just try to use their platforms for more like positivity versus Kaitlyn is totally fine giving hate, or like not hate,
reacting.
but like backlash, on her stories.
But I do like what Kaitlyn said on her podcast when she said, you know, if people keep, like how she likes to she sets the record straight, and she was like, if people keep shitting on me, then they're gonna think that it's okay to shit on me. Like, I'm gonna speak my mind and defend myself.
Yeah. But like regardless, you're gonna have like cyberbullies.
Yeah.
Just like being on the internet.
So just ignore them.
Yeah.
But I guess she said if she can't handle it, you know, then maybe she needs to choose a different career path. But also, like, people stop being so nasty online.
Yeah.
Like, there's both sides to this.
Totally.
She's very bold, Celeste says.
Yeah, very bold.
Okay, well, Kaitlyn, you looked beautiful. I loved your green dress. I hope that you know, work things out with Jason and Tayshia. If you guys need to work things out. But Tayshia doesn't care. She said she doesn't care. So yeah. I think we're going to stop talking about Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn, I love you. But those are some of my opinions recently. So
yeah, agreed.
It's just been a lot. This wedding looked beautiful. Here's a picture of the ballroom.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, right? Deb says people need to be kinder. I agree.
Absolutely. That should be everyone's 2024 goal for themselves.
Hannah says Tayshia is an unbothered queen.
Yeah,
she made that very clear. And Iron Extreme says, I don't think Kaitlyn and Tayshia were ever friends. I mean, that's another interesting point, is maybe they were just coworkers 4 years ago and haven't talked since. So then maybe it's not that big of a deal. But once again, we really don't know the story. So maybe she'll talk about it in the future, or maybe she won't. Here is a group of some Bachelor Nation people. We have Rachel, Gerry. Michelle was there too with her new boyfriend, Michelle Young.
Yeah.
Charity, Joey, and Zach.
I'm like still not done with Rachel. I love her. Like, I think Rachel should be everywhere. Like,
no,
I saw a TikTok of being like, okay, enough's enough. I don't feel that way about her at all.
Kathy didn't zip it all. No, I like Rachel Recchi a lot too. I would like to see her on another reality show.
Same. I would like that.
It would have been fun if Gabby was there with her girlfriend.
Yeah.
But I guess she couldn't make the cut. Maybe she couldn't get to Palm Springs. They were in La Quinta, which is where they filmed Claire and Tayshia's season. So they clearly have some type of connection with the resort.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the devastating news of Rachel Lindsay and Bryan Abasolo divorcing. So they met in 2017. Rachel was the Bachelorette. She chose Bryan as her winner pick. They got engaged. There was a lot of people, you know, who had comments about her breaking up with Peter Krause. That was a dramatic breakup. But they got married a couple years later in Cancun, Mexico. And they have been married for 4 years and just recently announced that they are getting divorced. What were your first initial thoughts and reactions?
Honestly, I mean, this is gonna sound like pessimistic, but I'm never like too shocked when Bachelor Nation like ends. Like, I just feel like there's more breakups than there are like happy married couples. So like, I wasn't necessarily like super shocked. I also don't follow them as closely, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was shocked because Rachel has been defending their relationship for years. There's always been haters and people skeptical because of how private they've kept their relationship and how their careers are very different. So maybe they're not always aligned with what their social activities are and work activities. But Rachel has defended their relationship so much, and just recently was on Nick Viall's podcast saying that they were trying to have kids. So I was really shocked how sudden it felt. I do feel like maybe they were kind of distant for a while and they were living different lives in some way, but then she just defended the relationship so much. So I know fans were just really surprised how he filed on New Year's Eve. And I don't know if that has something to do with the spousal support that he is requesting and how it's like, you know, you were with them for that year or something.
I don't know those details.
So, well, I'll tell you like the details. And I did explain this on TikTok, but he did request spousal support. And the reason I believe he requested spousal support, and Adam from Raven and Adam also commented this, is because he is a chiropractor who had a whole practice in Miami. So like he had patients. and him and Rachel were doing a long distance marriage for like about a year and a half because she was in Miami, but then she moved to LA to work for Extra TV and be an entertainment host and be a journalist and pursue her career. So they were actually like living apart for a year and a half of their marriage. And eventually Bryan moved to Los Angeles and started his own practice, which is a lot of time and money. And, you know, Rachel might have been the breadwinner in that relationship. So he did a lot of sacrifices for their relationship, and they bought a house together, and maybe he didn't want to live in California. So I do think he is entitled to spousal support. Not that I know anything about getting married or getting divorced. But that was a big conversation online. So I think there is just more to the story. We don't know where they're at, but I really support both of them.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you just said.
Do you want to read Bryan's statement? Because he posted a solo statement on Instagram.
If you've been following me for a while, you know I don't like to put my personal affairs on social media and like to keep a safe space for our family. Many of you know me as a chiropractor and also as a husband, my proudest role so far. After more than 4 years of marriage, Rachel and I have made a difficult decision to part ways and start new. My parents have been married forever and I'm a family man, but sometimes loving yourself and your partner means you must let go. I want you to hear it from the source before the blogs start making up their own reality. Please respect the space of our families and friends as we figure out our next steps.
I like this.
Yeah, it's nice. And I think like in a situation like this, if you feel obligated to say something, this is the best way to do it.
Oh yeah, nip it in the bud. I mean, like there's going to be so much speculation. And the only thing we can really speculate about is like the spousal support, since that was in the file or whatever, like went wrong. But I really love how Bryan was straight up. He said he really loved Rachel and put his all into this relationship, and it couldn't work. It didn't work out. He gave everything he could, and unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And it's so unfortunate when you put so much time into a relationship and you want to have kids, and then like 7 years later, you just don't take that next step. So it's sad, but I do think the divorce will be amicable. I've seen them recently, like the last few months. I've seen them multiple times in LA. They're both really great people. I hate the hate that Rachel gets. So everyone, please stop hating on Rachel. Like she's literally so nice and cool. And Bryan's such a great guy. He's cracked my back before. I've been to his chiropractic office. So I just think that everyone needs to respect their privacy.
Yeah.
But we do have to kind of address the news, and I wish them well.
Yeah, me too.
Rachel did say on her podcast this morning, she actually briefly addressed it. She said, I didn't think I would get emotional. I want to say thank you to everyone who reached out. You never know how great your circle is until the people reach out and love you. It's a difficult time. You've read the headlines. You're probably wondering why I would even go to work. But to be honest with you, I need to distract myself. And the best way to do that is to record her podcast, Higher Learning. She's trying to get through the episode, and she's not going to go into any detail about her split. But when she is ready to talk, she will have a lot to say.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And hopefully, like, it's not one of those situations, which I don't think she is this type of person, but like down the line rehashes things. Like, I hope that her side or what she wants to say still like shows him in a good light, because I feel like they were fine. Yeah.
She would never do that. She's not like that.
Right.
From my understanding, the divorce is really amicable, and it's just very fresh. It's very new. There's a lot going on, and there's no rush to open up to us. Right. So I'm really glad that they both addressed it really briefly. I think Rachel will, maybe give us more insight. Obviously, we're nosy, but there's just no reason to put any more information out there right now until they have like a plan about how they're going to go about this divorce and moving. They have a house together and their next steps. So definitely keep that private, and give us a little insight, because we were invested fans whenever you're ready to.
Yep.
Melanie says he cracks my back. No, he literally is the best.
I literally laughed out loud.
No, he's so good. Did
he film it? Did you?
Yeah, we have a few. Me and Bryan have a few TikToks together.
I love it.
They're from like a year ago or two, but we've made like 2 or 3 TikToks.
Let's like resurface those.
I thought about it. Because I had one in my drafts, because I was like going through my drafts, and I was like, I can't use them for clout right now. Like, it's too sensitive of a subject. Like, I'm not doing that. So yeah, those were the big Bachelor Nation news of the week. I know you also watched the Southern Charm finale last night. Tell us a little bit about what went down.
Well, the reunion's next week. So honestly, I was kind of hoping more from this finale, but I feel like it kind of just ended abruptly, and there needed to be another episode. But basically what happened was Whitney threw a party, and at this party, Taylor and JT first spoke because he wanted to confess his love to Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And he does, and she shoots him down. But then Shep pulls her, and I was like, okay, where is this going? And he basically was just like, it's not going anywhere. She's now really upset. And then like Austin and Olivia still haven't resolved anything.
Oh my God, I know. There's a sneak peek on YouTube about Olivia going in on Austin at the reunion.
Yeah. So like I just felt like this finale just wasn't a finale. Like it didn't really give anything.
Okay. So maybe
actually the only thing that was like kind of crazy is maybe I don't know if this is a popular or unpopular opinion, but like I literally can't stand JT like at all. And he butt heads Austin. So Austin like hits him back. But now because Austin hit him, JT's like, you hit me first. And Austin's like, you literally headbutted me for no reason. Like JT's just again horrible, but like just jealous of them. Like jealous of Shep and Austin for getting the girls that he like is interested in and like can't stand them because they aren't the most respectful men always. But like sorry they don't like you like that. Like there's no reason to go after him and headbutt him in the middle of a party. It was literally so weird.
I need to watch. I'm like 3 episodes behind. I'm definitely going to catch up for the reunion because I love a good reunion.
Yeah,
but what I did watch this week was the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City finale, which was the best episode of television. You should watch it.
I need to. So
don't even watch the season. Just watch this one episode.
You told me to, and my sister and I started from season 1, but I've seen everyone talking about this episode, so I guess I could just watch it.
Basically, spoiler alert, I'll give you a little tease. Monica, she was an assistant for Jen Shah, who is an old housewife that is now in jail.
Yeah.
So she's kind of been like watching the Salt Lake City girls for years, waiting to get on the show. Right. And she got on the show, and it turns out she had a troll account where she has been trolling Jen Shah because she wanted to expose her because she was like a criminal. You know, she defrauded people and now she's in jail. But it turned out that there was a lot more hate towards the other women. So she has been involved in this troll account for a few years, and then she ends up on the show and no one knows this, and then she stops using the troll account like when she stops filming. But then by the end of the season, Heather realizes that Monica is this troll account, Reality Von Tease, and they're just like, this is so creepy because she was doing drive-bys by their house. She was stalking them. Like she was a fan of the show who became a housewife. Like she pretended to be everyone's friend just to be on TV and profit from their lives. Meanwhile, she was just being fake and just manipulative and just like exposing everyone's secrets. It was just so insane how a housewife was a secret blogger.
So like no one from like us, like audience members didn't know this until it just happened in this episode.
Like, I was shocked.
Okay, so like everyone was shocked and no one knew.
The Bravoholics kind of, I think, knew more because the hardcore fans, they found out because Heather's hairstylist was Tanisha. And Tanisha used to be best friends with Monica, but then they had a falling out. So Tanisha told Heather and sent her voice memos. Like there's such solid proof.
That's crazy.
When there are voice memo proof, that's when you know, because anyone can like Photoshop text, but you can't Photoshop a voice memo.
So did she
got kicked out.
No, but did she say like, yes, it was me? Like
she lied at first, but then she said she was like semi-involved and that there was a group of people involved in Reality Von Tease.
So she came clean, but like still
half clean. The reunion is next week, so I think she'll say more.
So
but this woman is like another level. And like there was another video that just leaked of her and her mom fighting when her mom was like, how dare you mess this up and bring these girls together? You're supposed to be in every scene and get camera time and play nice. You're an actress.
That's crazy. Then it always stems back to like, she probably like felt this way because her mom and then fed into it. And now everyone's just a hot mess.
Monica is she's such good TV. She's so fascinating to watch, but I can't support someone that has a troll account.
Yeah, no.
I can't. Like if you're on
crazy.
Like I get that there's some accounts, like we were just talking about Bachelor Nation Scoop, love them, but they don't say anything negative. But people who say negative things on spam accounts, like there is something wrong with that, and it should be illegal if you're going to talk shit behind an anonymous account. Like that should not be allowed on social media.
Yeah, that's crazy. And also crazy that like the producers
they didn't know.
Knew. Yeah. Like how do you not? I do feel this way about so many people. Like did you not do a background check? Like how are they on TV? But that, I guess, is really hard to figure out.
I mean, there's some criminal behavior in Salt Lake. So when you're a criminal, you can get away with stuff. And Monica was allegedly an accomplice in stealing a purse from Meredith's store. So, and there was security footage. And she told Meredith that she's never been to her store, but then they flash back when she had blonde hair and she dyed her hair.
That's crazy.
And then she had 3 names, Monica with 3 different last names at Beauty Lab and Laser, which is Heather's Botox lab. And she never paid her bills.
That's crazy.
And she's just been so exposed. So their reunion clip showed that she had a burn book, like the Mean Girls burn book, and she wrote RHOSLC on it. So she is just embracing it. She's owning a lot of it, which I guess I can respect. And like she said that she's fine being exposed because she's exposed people for so long. So she knows
she's at the reunion.
Yes.
So she did not pull Rachel Raquel and like hide in a trailer.
No. She's ready to go. She's owning a lot of this.
If that's gonna if that's gonna happen, like better off do that than like hide in a corner.
Yeah, there will be more to say after the reunion. So let me know if you watch it when we chat next week.
Yeah.
But Monica, I mean, I can't. Natalie says, did you see what Adam Gottschalk said? Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Adam was defending Bryan in a comment section about the Bryan and Rachel divorce because of how much he gave up for their relationship.
Yeah.
But some people were like, Adam, you shouldn't be commenting knowing that Rachel and Raven like had a big fallout.
People just like to give their input and I guess support their friends if they're friends. And I mean, as long as nothing said negatively about Rachel, then like who cares? Yeah,
he was just trying to support Bryan. It's just hard when like you're a public figure and you're on the show that like whatever you say becomes news and then it gets picked up everywhere.
Talked about.
Everything you say gets picked up in news. And that's why some of these Bachelor people and reality stars have to be so careful if they don't want their opinions to be like broadcasted everywhere. You know?
Yep. Totally.
So that was our reality TV recap of the week. We have a new year, so there are a few new shows coming this month. We're excited about Vanderpump Rules. We're excited about Traitors. We're excited about, I mean, these reunions that we just talked about. And Joey's season is January 22nd.
Yeah, no, I literally have Joey season start date and Vanderpump on my calendar. I also am excited. Did you watch the trailer for... what even is it called? The new Lisa Villa.
Oh, Vanderpump Villa.
Yeah. You watched the trailer?
I knew about that because I was like promoting some of the casting back in the day, but I don't know if it's gonna be that good. I feel like it's gonna be like
it didn't seem very drama. If anything, it seemed like a commercial almost for like a villa, like a resort.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that Lisa's involved in, I'll like try to watch. And I'm sure like people will talk about that first episode. So when that comes out, I'll watch it.
I'm going to watch it too. I'm a little interested. And if it's not good, I won't watch it. Basically, like there's going to be people living in this villa in France and then they'll be hosting like different bachelorette parties and like dinner parties. I don't think it'll be like a dramatic show. It'll be like a filler show, like a fun filler show. Molly, where can I watch The Bachelor Australia?
I don't know. Where do you watch Bachelor Australia?
You're the one that knows everything about Love Island Australia.
Love Island Australia, we watch on Hulu. So like maybe Bachelor Australia is on there too. I don't know. Or maybe the ABC app. Try
Furbo or Tubo.
Yeah.
Just keep searching things or let someone help her out in the comments.
Yeah. But I will say Love Island Australia, just if anyone's up to date and still watching that, it literally finished like probably over a month ago in Australia. So I've known who's won forever, but the episodes are still coming out on Hulu for US. So I have the last 2 episodes this weekend and I'm like so thrilled for it to be done because I've known who the winner is for like literally a month.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, I don't have the, what is it called? The VPN.
VPN.
Yeah, I don't have that, but like everyone spoils it for me on TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Deb says, I think BIP depends on ratings, not relationships. Somebody was asking if there will be a Bachelor in Paradise this year. It's too soon to tell.
Too soon to tell, but I feel like there always is. It'd be very interesting if not.
Yeah, but they could do like like some type of golden special.
Yeah.
Well, the Golden Globes are on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I would rather watch the Golden Bachelor than the Golden Globes.
I know. I do wonder if they'll have a Golden Bachelorette or if they'll like call it a day for now.
Yeah, maybe they'll do an announcement, you know, when Joey's at the end of Joey's season, I guess.
Yeah.
But yes, those were all our topics today. So much to talk about.
Yes.
I guess, like, what do you think was the most shocking news of the week? The divorce, the Zach and Tayshia, the Brayden and Christina, the wedding. What was just like the most mind-blowing story?
For me, honestly, watching it like kind of IRL was Brayden and Christina. Like that to me, like I sent you a video. I literally was like so shocked and weirded out and confused, but like I guess like happy for them in some regard. Obviously, it was just a weird time and place.
I don't know how I'm supposed to choose between Rachel and Bryan divorce, Zach and Kaitlyn's New Year's Eve picture,
Yeah.
Monica on Salt Lake City. Like, there was just this year is insane. Justin and Sue's like Bachelor Nation, and within 5 days, we have an
Yeah.
engagement, we have a hard launch, we have a divorce, we have a wedding, we have a new season. Like, how is that possible within
The
5
Bachelor
days?
Nation never ends.
It never ends.
Never
Okay,
ends.
let us know all your thoughts in the comments down below on the golden wedding and everything else we talked about.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you so much, and we will keep you updated. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok. Molly, what do you got going on? I see you're making a lot of new TikTok videos.
Yes, I actually right now, if you're still watching, have a giveaway with a walking pad company, and they're giving away a free walking pad. So head to my TikTok and drop a comment, and you'll be entered.
Okay, I left Molly's TikTok in the description below. So go get a free walking pad.
Yeah, it's an amazing. That's like my main thing going on right now, but just freelancing about.
I love that. I am seeing like a few of my best friends tonight from New York, and two of my friends, Meg and Alyssa, they don't go on social media, so they don't know that I'm here. If they looked at my Instagram story, they would know, but like they don't go on social media, so it's a gamble if they'll see it or not. But I'm excited to surprise them later.
Yeah, that'll be so much fun.
I know, I can't wait. I think we're gonna hang out at like 8 or 9 or something.
Love it.
I'm on East Coast, which I love being on East Coast.
I know. I also love having you here.
I know. Well,
that zone is great.
yeah, it is. Well, I'll be heading back to LA on Wednesday. So I got like 4 or 5 days in New York to enjoy the freezing cold. So keep up with me on Instagram, TikTok. Everything is at Zachary Reality. Go follow Molly. Her links are in the description down below. And thank you all so much for listening or watching on YouTube. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye. Peace.